So Kris, thank you for talking and taking the time for Sportal. How are you? And from where are you been calling us?
I'm very good. I am home in Miami, Florida. So just relaxing. How about you guys? How's the holidays going?
Yeah, the holidays are doing well right now. We are all kind of in the Christmas and New Year's spirit, so thank you for asking. And we can start the interview if you're down with that.
Okay, yeah, of course.
So it's about your career. I want to take you right back to the start of your professional career, and that was with the Washington Wizards back in 2011. And you have been
hmm
playing there for 3 years. So how would you describe your personal NBA experience?
Uh, it was different. Uh, I guess with any rookie that's coming in, um, I guess I expected more leadership, more hands-on by the management, but uh, it was a dream come true though. I got to play in something that I dreamed about and I worked to get to for so long. And it was just accomplished to get there. But sometimes dreams aren't always reality. I'll take full accountability of my performances and stuff like that. But you going to the NBA, you expect so much, especially leadership and management and stuff like that. And I don't think the rookies that were in that time period had that to learn how to be a pro, to learn how to be a teammate, to learn to play basketball, the at the top level. And in some instances, I don't think I got the full, you know, vision of that. But it was a great experience and it helped me along in life.
Yeah, and after that, and playing in China, your first European experience was with the Lokomotiv Kuban team. So, did you have any doubts about heading into the unknown, basically?
Heading into the unknown was probably when I went to China. I literally thought I was gonna make the Indiana Pacers for the 2014-2015 season. That was the year Paul George got hurt, and he wasn't expected to come back. So the Indiana Pacers had a couple spots open. So I felt like I had a real good chance of going, but then I felt blindsided and I was cut. So it was literally like the next 2 days I had to figure out whether I wanted to go to China or go to G League. I want to play, especially coming from my last couple years with the Wizards. I want to play, so I was like, let's grind it out, and I went to China. I really didn't know a lot about it. It's just like let's do it.
Yeah, so, and after that, Lokomotiv Kuban was the first European team, and it was led by Yorgos Bartzokas, who is known for giving players their freedom and stuff like that. So, did you feel that freedom from the get-go?
Yeah, I think I felt the freedom. Everybody on the team felt the freedom. It was he tried to put you in the positions where he knows you to succeed. He knew me and Randolph were versatile. We can play 4 or 5. We can handle the ball. So he he just tried to use that to the ability and try to change the games in that way. I feel like he never tried to take anything from you, but tried to promote your best qualities,
And
especially on the
after,
court.
and you made it to the Final Four in your first EuroLeague year. And what was that experience like, making it all the way?
Well, I didn't know what to expect, especially in European basketball in China. I've watched some, but you never fully been to it until you're in it. So it was a great experiences. I didn't know the heights that we could go as a team. I didn't know the heights of Europe, and I felt that in my first year. So you always want to get back to that point, and that's what I try to do every year with every team.
And after that, Panathinaikos came knocking on your door. And how was that? How was that playing in Athens in front of those crazy fans?
Oh, it was crazy. Like it was a great experience. I had 2 great years. I built a bond with teammates that'll last a long time and friends off the court. Um, but I just only thing felt we didn't win anything internationally, but everything else we conquered as a team.
Yeah, Dimitris Yanakopoulos is the owner of the team, and he is known for his antics, let's say it like that. So, were there any anecdotes from your time there with him?
Oh, of course, if you read the hot headlines, I think my first week we lost to Olympiakos by a big, uh, and then the next day the coach got fired. That brought me there. And then when we lost to Finner in the playoffs, and then you go back to the bus trip and stuff like that. I mean, there's a lot of stuff, but when you look back at things, it was things out of passion and anger that some of those things happen, and it is what it is.
Yeah, next was Barcelona for you, and Svetislav Pešić was the coach there. He was our guest a couple days back, and he talked about Barcelona and stuff like that. So, how do you remember him?
I remember it was good coaches. I mean, if you know him, he's very into the details. The film was a little longer, but I mean, practice was straightforward. I mean, it was nothing difficult he was trying to do or get out of you. He just wanted everybody to play their best. And that I feel like that team had so much potential. We just didn't play up to it in the playoffs, and we weren't even supposed to be there in a lot of people's eyes.
Yeah, your last EuroLeague team was Anadolu Efes, obviously, and Ergin Ataman said before signing you that the one player that he wants to sign it to win it all was you. So, what do you think about that praise from him, and as he is probably the most successful coach of the last decade?
Oh, I mean, it meant so much that a coach wanted me so much at the time. So that's what I was looking for. I was looking for a home, especially after everything failed in Barcelona. I wanted to go somewhere where I can spend 4, 5, 6, 7 years with, and I got that at Ephes, and I was mostly thanks to him.
Yeah, I don't know if you know this, but you led the league 3 times in games played, and you're the EuroLeague player with the most consecutive games played. So, were you ever tired?
No, if you look back at things, I felt like I wanted to play more, especially my last year and some change with Ephes. I felt like I had a lot more to give. But coach, we had a lot of players that were versatile, and so it was not a lot of playing time, especially in our position. But I want to play more. I want to play 30, 35 minutes a game, but that's just me.
So, 30 plus minutes comes natural to you.
I mean, yeah, this. I trained my whole life to be in the best shape, and to put my body out there. That's what I get paid for. And so I want to be on the court. I want to have those winning moments. I want to be a part of those winning moments. I want to be a part of history. I mean, that's just me. I mean, it's not anything against any other players or anything like that. I just want to play. I just want to perform.
And so obviously you won 2 EuroLeague titles in Istanbul, and once were in the bubble conditions, let's say like that, and other was in front of the crowd. The Los Angeles Lakers, when they won their 2021 NBA championship, say that was the toughest ring ever. And do you feel like that EuroLeague championship was the toughest ever?
Uh, I don't think for us it was that tough because playing with no fans, we were so talented from 1 to 14, 1 to 15 that our practices were like some of the best basketball that we played. And we always had to play our top in practice. And we scrimmaged a lot, we felt like. and that was just to keep everybody into it because everybody couldn't play in the game. So those were like really our games. So playing without fans was we were used to it. We were used to playing at a high level without fans. It's- but it was very different, especially in Germany and stuff like that. With they had major restrictions and stuff like that. Uh, it didn't even feel like we won when we won.
Yeah, so the second title obviously came at the expense of Olimpijakos and Real Madrid, and at that point you had so many clutch moments. The team had so many clutch moments. The first was Vasa Micic hit the three-pointer to win the game and send you guys to the finals. And what do you remember about that play the most?
I remember about that the whole action. I think the coaches were mad at me and Brian because we had just fouled out. And I mean, we had stabilized the game. We were up, and then we committed two fouls we shouldn't have. And then they made some shots, made a run. But him making that shot, I'm so happy for him to do it in his home country and on that level at that time in his life. It's a great moment for him and a great moment for his country to look back on.
Yeah, and obviously you had the game-winning rebound in the finals. And what do you remember the most about that moment?
I remember Pablo was telling them, play it, no foul, no foul, no foul. And I knew it was 2 seconds in between or something like that. And it's hard to get a loose if we miss a loose ball and to heave it without someone being next to you. So my thought is just if I could just keep the ball alive, then the timer run out because I knew we're we're so good at taking last second shots with Shane and Vasa and Kruno and everybody else. But I knew it would go down to the last 2 or 3 seconds just to keep the ball alive. And that's all I had to do, and we ended up pulling it out.
Yeah, and obviously in that team, the part of that team was Filip Petrushev, who was still very young. And did you mentor him in any way?
Oh, I mean, I try to give back as much as possible, especially with the younger generations, the younger kids. I try to tell them what I see, my experiences, and just to give them knowledge on the game. I knew he had a chance to be special. Everybody on the team has a chance to have a great, especially European career, if not NBA career, if they ever do that. But again, I just try to give back, and that's for every team I've ever been on.
So yeah, you last year you personally revealed to me that Crvena Zvezda made the contact with you and an offer that you politely eventually declined. So did any EuroLeague team want your services after that?
Uh, yeah, I think what the time period between you talking about before I signed with Efes?
Yeah.
Yeah, so there was a lot of teams that wanted me. Um, so I decided to family was more at that time. Family was more important, and some things were going on. So I decided to stay back. And then December came, and things had smoothed itself out. And then I decided come back to play. I could leave America if I was in Europe and stuff was happening like this, it'd be different. But the distance, the time travel and stuff, you can't control that. So
Yeah, so if there was maybe any pushing from any other sides, would you even consider at that point of time maybe signing for another team?
yeah, I was always open. If you can ask Red Star about us talking. I was talking to them for a while. They knew I was interested. It's just with the things that were happening, I just couldn't sign it
Yeah,
and be fully there for the team.
yeah. So you ended up in Qatar after all your experiences, and
Mhm.
you're basically an ambassador there, spreading the good word of basketball, let's say like that.
Mhm.
And are you pleased with their progress since they're hosting the next World Cup?
Yeah, I mean, I'm always happy with progress of expansion of basketball. I do think there's some more steps they can take before they get to the World Cup. Um, I mean, there's a lot of growth in the Middle East, and you know, with even with EuroLeague, you see them going or what to Dubai for some of the next Final Fours, or they're in talks, and now we have a Euro Cup Dubai team. I think it's going to continue that area is going to continue to influence basketball for reasons because there's so much growth and so much potential with audience, fans, and growth. Um, if you want to make money, you have to go to that area.
So yeah, we're heading towards the end of the interview, and I must ask, what would be the best moment of your career?
I mean, the best moment of my career is obviously get drafted to the NBA. But one of the second ones was, you know, probably the winning one of the EuroLeague championships. Probably the
Yeah,
second one because everybody was there.
and what would be the toughest?
The toughest moment in my life,
The career,
or best.
basketball career.
Uh, it was probably sitting on the bench. Probably my second year in the NBA. You know, just hearing all the noise in the background from people telling you this that you thought had a say so, and you know, it was just a lot of manipulation, a lot of bull crap that was going on. So that I felt like set back my career. But it is what it is. I am here to now, and I know I felt good about everything.
So lastly, do you have any plans in sticking with basketball and maybe heading into the kind of coaching business?
Uh, I feel like I'm more in helping people with a management and player consulting role. If some team asked me to be a GM or something, I love to do that. But I think I'm going to focus on being a player rep, and try to help them get the best deals.
And yeah, if Ergin Ataman maybe called you since he is now in Panathinaikos and you know the surroundings, would you consider it?
What would be the job title?
Well, assistant
The
coach,
play?
let's say. Yeah, assistant coach or player. They have an injury crisis,
Assistant
so
coach?
maybe you can replace
I mean,
Matias Lesor.
you never know. I mean, I'm open to everything. If everything works out, I mean, it could happen. But right now, I'm satisfied with everything. If that door knocks, it knocks.
Yeah, Kris, thank you for taking the time and for this wonderful interview. I wish you the best in the new year, all good health and happiness, and thank you again for this opportunity.
Oh, you two guys, I appreciate everything. Happy holidays, and I wish you the best going to 2025.
Thank you.